Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. And of course, you can always find us on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny. And you can also follow along and engage with us on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. Well, today I'm attempting for the very first time to make cake pops, and I'm doing this for a little party we're having tomorrow, and strawberries are the theme. So I thought I would do little cake pops. I am going to use just a regular cake mix and then kind of decorate with a pink and pinkish red color. So what I did was I made this cake mix. You know, I like this cake mix. The thing about it is I totally forgot to use egg whites, which is fine because although I wanted it to be white, it's not that big of a deal because I'm going to cover it. But as you can see, the egg yolks turned it very, very yellow. So I read the directions online to do cake pops. Again, it's my first time. I am a little nervous about it. Isn't that weird how you can get nervous about something like that? So here's what I have to prepare. And I'm sorry about the lights. We have the sun is coming down over the trees in our balcony, as well as I think I have a flickering light as well. So anyways, I have this vanilla icing, and then I did buy the cake pop sticks. I think they are 4 inches. And I have some Meltums in both white, bright white, and bright pink. I thought that would be cute. And then I also have just some little sprinkles to put over it. You could do anything you wanted, I'm sure. Any kind you want. So the next phase of this, based on the instructions, is to mix the icing with the crumbled cake. So I baked the cake as directed, and then I crumbled it up. I crumbled it by hand. My hands are clean. I crumbled it by hand. It does say that you could use a mixer. You just don't want it to get too fine. Let's see. What else was I going to tell you? You have to make sure it's completely cooled before you start to crumble it, or it will turn kind of mushy. This process here, mixing in the frosting, it says that you could use your blender on low for a minute or something, but it also cautions about that. So I thought, oh, I just don't want to even take a risk. So I'm sorry it got dark all of a sudden. That's kind of what happened, and I really just don't have the best of light in here, and I apologize. So we've got some wind and sun, and so the light is a little bit flickery here. I hope this is right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix this up to the best of my ability. And I mean, it's not, how can you go wrong? It smells delicious, absolutely delicious. So I just baked this in a 9 by 13 cake pan. And when it came out, I let it cool for about an hour. Actually, I had to run an errand. And then I'm so sorry about the wind and the sun and how that's doing. I hope you can follow along without getting seasick or anything. Motion sickness with it. So what I did was afterwards I kind of cut it into pieces and then crumbled the pieces, kind of like I was serving a cake. One thing I noticed that after I started doing it is that just that one seam around the edge of the pan was a little bit like crispy, you know. That yummy part, that crispy part. Well, I just didn't want that in these, so I did kind of tried to separate that from the rest of the pieces. So, okay, so this is mixing up fairly nice. I'm going to set this aside here for a second. Try to make sure I get everything mixed nice. Okay, hope everybody's having a good day. It's an absolutely beautiful day here, windy. I've tried for the last 2 days to fly a kite to no avail. It's windy, but it comes in like bursts. So just as I thought, oh, here it comes, I'm going to get this kite up. Nope, it sailed straight down. So I haven't given up. I've got the kite sitting out on the back bench, ready to go. Okay. Okay, so we don't want mush. I did read that. So it does, I'm hoping that this is going to be okay. I'm kind of nervous a little afraid to stir it any more than this, because it is kind of getting a little bit mushy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little scoop. Is that going to be big enough? Let me see. I think it is. We'll try it. And I'm going to just gently, yeah, I think that's close to being right, especially since the little cake things or the little sticks are only 4 inches. And then I'm going to set it on a waxed, I have this plate here with wax paper on it. Let's put it over here. Let me set these aside. Okay, so then I'm going to do this. I'm going to roll these up. Try to get them somewhat even. Now, the direction said that you could put them in the refrigerator for 4 hours, which I kind of had somewhat intended to do, but I got busy doing other things, and then I had to leave to run an errand, and I just totally forgot to get this done earlier. So it said you could either do that, or you could put it in the freezer for a half hour. So I think that's going to be the best bet for me. Okay. So far, so good. They are a little bit wet, so I do see why putting them in the freezer is going to be a good thing. I hope they don't, you know, I don't know, but some of them have like a little split as you're rolling it. So I'm hoping that solidifies as they freeze. So other things that I did get is I did get some foam in the floral section, because I think what I'm going to do is, instead of having the pops, the little circle down with the straw or the little stick sticking up, I think I'm going to have them standing upright. So I think I'm going to use floral foam to pop them in. And then my thought is, we'll see how this goes. My thought is to put tissue paper, little tissue paper puffs, if you will, glue those in between the sticks so that you can't see the floral foam. All this is in my head, so we'll see what actually transpires. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to pause and come back to you for the next step. Otherwise, this may be, you know, how it is with me in my cooking videos. It may be a two-parter. We'll see. Well, I guess some of my sewing videos have been that way too. Splits it right down the center. Okay. This said, I believe that it makes 36 cake balls. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This will be 15. I was kind of hoping to get 18 on a sheet. Well, this one's kind of wanting to fall apart a little bit. Okay. See if we can get 2 more on here. Okay. 1 more. Then I'll pause, I'll roll the next plate, and then come back and, well, I'll put them in the fridge or in the freezer for a half hour. Then we'll come back and we'll dip them. All right. Okay, everyone, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So here goes. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a stick. Move them over here so I can grab them. And I've already melted the little meltum, so I'm going to stick this in here a little ways. This is what the instructions say. I'm going to stick that in there and then poke it in to the little ball and then put this down in here. I'm going to use this because I don't think this... Uh-oh. I didn't put it in long enough or hard enough. Oh boy. Well, that one is a little rough. Oh, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it over this little bowl here. Oh, okay. Wait a second. I think some of these I'm just going to pop down like that. Oh boy. I don't know. And then poke it in there. Oh, I hope this is going right. For some reason, it said to put it in the freezer for a half an hour, but I'm hoping that they are hard, you know, that they're cool enough to hold on. I'm only going to do a few where I dip it into the sugar because I'm kind of afraid it's going to fall off again. I don't know. This is not looking as pretty as I anticipated, but we'll see. Here comes Joey. Yeah, so it's kind of melting a little bit. Or I don't know, melting, but dripping a little bit. Oh, I think he just came to close the door. Gosh. I don't know. I might need to put these in a little longer, but we're going to give it a try. I used these meltums. It said to melt it on 50% for 1 minute in the microwave. So kind of like a defrost for 1 minute. And then 30 seconds thereafter until melted, not to overheat it. So that's what I tried. Okay, that might work a little bit better. We'll see. I don't think I'm gonna have enough. Oh gosh, I don't think I'm gonna have enough. This is not working out the way I'd hoped, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough foam for these. And it said not to put this meltum in the refrigerator, which is interesting because, oh, like whenever I've done chocolate covered cherries or something, you know, and you use the bark. I wonder if I should have used the bark. And you use the bark, it turns out really nice when you put it in the fridge. But I don't know, maybe it takes the shine away or something when you do that. Boy, these sure don't look like they do in the bakery, do they? We'll see what happens. It's just a runny mess. I'm going to rinse my hands real fast. Okay. For those of you that have made these before, I hope you'll add a little bit of instruction as to what made yours so successful. Oh, and one other thing, it said to keep them in the freezer or refrigerator, while you're working on them. So only use a little, a few at a time. So that's why I only brought 5 out. Okay, maybe if I just let it drip for a little bit. I'm just so afraid it's going to fall right off that stick. Kind of feels like it might be. Well, we know they're going to taste good. I mean, that's part of it. I would like them to look good. Good thing is I'm not selling these, you know what I mean? People are coming over and they're just going to gobble them up. So, yeah, they don't have to pay for them, so that's good. Is that one going to run? A little bit. All right, I'm going to grab a couple more on my plate out of the freezer. I'll be right back. Kind of wondering, actually, what am I going to do with them? I don't even know what I was thinking, but in my head, I was thinking that these 2 floral greens, these foams, were going to be enough. Oh gosh, that stick's not going to... Oh gosh. If this makes it to publishing, the video, if it actually publishes, if I decide to put it on, it's only because maybe I have figured it out, or maybe I just want you to know that not everything has to be perfect. Although I do like when things turn out perfect, but I think they're going to be liked anyways. It's not hardening as quickly. It's not hardening as quickly as I'd like. I don't know why it's not hardening up. Surely it's supposed to harden up, because these things usually, the drizzles are, fairly hard. We'll just keep on keeping on. See what happens. It doesn't really feel that warm, the melt stuff, but I feel like it is, because once I put it on the stick and then put it inside the cookie, I think that's what causes it to slide a little bit. So I'm just going to shake it off a little bit and see if that helps. Okay. It's better. We'll see. Just going to put a little bit on the top. All right, I'm going to keep working on these. I'll post pictures. I'll post pictures to Instagram. That's Joey143Jenny on Instagram, so you can see the final. Okay. I haven't melted these yet. I'll do half of them in that. And we'll just see what happens. I know they're going to taste good. I mean, come on. Cake, frosting, and then these super sweet, whatever this stuff is. I know that's going to taste good. So they're going to taste good. I just am not sure about how they're going to look. So anyways, everyone, Thank you for hanging out with me. And again, I'll post it to Instagram. And don't forget, pray blessings over each of you. We're truly grateful that you watch our videos and leave comments and subscribe and share with your friends. We think that's super cool. And we just want you to know you're so loved. So until we see you guys next time, have a really great night. And I hope you can share what you do with your cake pops. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.